It's Easter Sunday, April 12th, 2020. Spring still. The weather is a bit more pleasant today. Light rain, warmer. The wind has dropped down. And I'm just taking it easy today. I don't have anything on my agenda except celebrating the resurrection. The truth that there is no death. There is only life. That's all there is just life. Therefore, we have nothing to fear, and we can just enjoy it as it shows up in all its splendor. Dreams also die. In spite of our best efforts to keep them alive, they just disappear and leave us with a vague memory of something we meant to do, but we're not quite sure what that was. But they can come back to life. Dreams can come back to life. They can be resurrected. They can catch your fancy all over again. Yes, where was that dream? Oh, now. Oh, yes, that dream. Yeah. Remember that dream? Of beauty and joy and peace and contentment and, that dream. For us that have a human experience, we need contrast. Contrast is the background and the foreground. Okay? It's the near and the far. It's up and down. It gives us space and time in which to have an experience. So you can't get rid of the contrast which is giving rise to the experience which you are now having. These are kind of the simple, fundamental truths about the nature of reality that should be basic to human education, because it places us both in the universe and in our own lives in a situation where we are creators of the reality that we're experiencing in some measure. Yes, we're full participants. That is an inescapable fact that we can't avoid. We must have an experience. However, the quality of that experience has a lot to do with our own desires, what we wish to happen. Along with great powers, that is, the power of actually ordering up the experience that you desire, which we do all the time, or we wouldn't be having the experience we're having now if we hadn't created it from a pre-existing point of view that we had at the time. A different point of view, a different reality. Well, so how do we stitch all those different realities together to make one seamless whole? Or, in other words, is there already a seamless whole in which everything already fits together, or we couldn't be having this experience? Well, I assume that's true because it works for me. And how does it work? I have learned that if I change the thought I have about something, that the thing which I am observing also changes. So that's very interesting, because it means that there must be qualities of the objective reality I experience which are subject to my control. Otherwise, I could not have that experience of a different experience of something just through changing my thought. This line of thinking, which is also shared by quantum physicists and others that have discovered that you can't separate the stuff from consciousness, that there is no way of somehow extricating that which we think is real, like solid objects and electromagnetism and love. We can't separate all of that from the stuff in which it's embedded, because the consciousness is part and parcel of the whole phenomenon of having an experience. So there you go. So you're stuck in consciousness, okay? Not stuck in it, but it's the only tool we have for exploring the universe from this point of view. Where's the makeup crew?
You don't need any makeup, sweetie.
Because we're making it up all the time as we go along.
You're beautiful just the way you are, Angel.
Thank you. Where were we?
Quantum physics.
Quantum physics. Quantum physicists, science. The science is very useful. And the first thing that science should be looking at is the scientist. Needs to be the first object, the first phenomenon that science focuses on, because it's the only thing you can actually be sure of is your own experience. And nobody can replace your experience with a different experience. It's entirely yours. It's unique. Just like everything in this universe is unique, your experience is unique, and it's unique at any moment in time. Okay, so if you think about something, how you think about that thing affects the thing itself. And that shows up in many experiments in quantum physics. I really don't need to go back over this. You can find all this stuff on, TED Talks. There's tons of it out there. It's
Even
all
Justin Trudeau
explained way
understands
better.
this shit.
Yeah, explains it way better than me. Yeah, others, including Justin Trudeau, my wife tells me, have explained this in everyday language so anybody can understand it. Of course, it's impossible to understand consciousness because you can't get outside of it to get a look at it and see what it looks like. Or, you only have an experience inside of consciousness with which to examine that which is containing your experience. If you're interested in what quantum physicists think is really real, then there's plenty of TED Talks that can explain that to you. So that's not why I'm here today. Today I'm just enjoying the experience of having an experience and not trying to fit it into something else to see if it works or not, because it's working just fine.